Good morning everyone. Good morning guys. Good morning everyone. So actually right now I am in Mallareddy University. So because we are looking వాళ్ళు ఎవరు మాట్లాడతారు క్లాస్ లో.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning guys.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Good afternoon. Yeah. So actually right now I am in Mallareddy University. So I am looking after university admissions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that's the reason why classroom university class. Okay, so we'll start in a couple of minutes. Okay, so let me wait for students to join. Aim strength చాలా తక్కువ ఉంది. Whatever strength today, Mithun?
20, sir. Last class.
Okay. మరి ఏం లేట్ ఇంకా 12 అవుతుంది, ఇంకెవరు రాలేదు. Good morning everyone. Good afternoon. So I hope you already gone through the problem. I think we had a 2 days break in the last week. So because of network problem, because too heavy rain in Hyderabad in the last week. So that's the reason why we couldn't able to take the class in the classes. I think we left the last problem with the Android, isn't it? So I already forwarded you the PPT. So based on that, you can do the problem. I hope you already done the problem on anchorage, right? So elastic shortening, frictional loss, and anchorage slips, which are an immediate losses. Those are the example problems. So where you can go through. So today we will start doing problem on creep-end shrinkage. Okay. So let me explain that, because I think in the last class, Mithun showed you one video, so which is by Sen Gupta sir, which explains you the problem and concept of creep-end shrinkage. Okay, the same I will try to explain the problem on creep-end shrinkage. Okay, so just we will go through that. So let me share my screen. Okay, so good afternoon everyone. I welcome you all for 20th lecture on crystal concrete structures. So today we are going to discuss topics on creep and shrinkage. Okay, I think we already discussed what exactly the creep and shrinkage. Okay, so I will give you the glance on that and we will try to do problem on it. Okay, yeah. So what do you mean creep? So creep is a time dependent one, right? So which gives a deformation due to a constant loading. Okay, so under a constant loading. Okay, that is what exactly about the creep. So what happens due to the creep of concrete? Because the creep is a material related, it related to concrete. So here the pre-stress in the tendons is going to be reduced with the time. So why? Because at the initial stage, when we try to apply pre-stressing force of example some 100 kilonewton, due to this creep, there will be pre-stressing loss takes place in a long period of time. Okay, so that 100 kilonewton you can't see after 10 years. After 10 years, there will be a slight reduction in pre-stressing force which we induced initially. That reduction you can able to observe due to creep of concrete. Okay, how much it will reduce? So that we have to calculate, okay, prior in the designing of the structure itself. Why? Because when we consider this creep loss in terms of pre-stressing, so definitely you can able to apply 3-4 kilonewton more to control that loss due to creep edge, okay, due to creep and shrinkage. So that is the reason why knowing creep loss is also very, very important. So here the calculation of ultimate creep. Creep is nothing but it's a deformation. When we call it, when we are talking about deformation, it is related to strain, isn't it? So strain we consider it as a permanent. I mean overall deformation by original length of the member. So here the ultimate creep strain is going to be represented in this formula as epsilon critical, okay, or ultimate is equal to theta of epsilon creep, right? So that is the formula which we are going to use to solve the problem. Okay, let me show you the things and straight away we can go to the problem. So here the formula which was given clearly in 1340-2012, not 1980 because it was with the latest code 1340-2012, which gives guidelines to estimate the creep, ultimate creep due to the strain, so which was given in section 5.2.5. Okay, you can note down there. So the formula which was given there, you can get the same relation, creep relation from the code book, right? So whenever I have a free time, so definitely I will try to show you all the formulas in the code book also. Okay, so in the time being, so let me finish the problems first. And the loss in the pre-stress is going to be calculated with the formula delta FP, nothing but stress, is equal to EP into epsilon critical, which is an ultimate creep. So what is that? Stress is equal to Young's modulus into strain. So with that relation only, you are going to calculate the creep loss, okay, which is due to the pre-stressing reduction took place in the long period of time. Understand? So that is what exactly about the creep, right? And in this parallelly, we will try to discuss about the shrinkage also. So here the shrinkage is nothing but contraction due to loss of moisture. So that is what we know about the shrinkage, right? So what happens due to loss of moisture in concrete? The concrete will get shrink. When concrete will get shrink, automatically the strand or pre-stressing tendons which was there in the concrete, that will also reduce in its length. Okay, so by that shrinkage is also relating to epsilon. Shrinkage is also relating to strain of the strand. Okay, so strain of the concrete along with the strand. So that is why creep and shrinkage are the materials which are related to concrete. Okay, so even the formula of this shrinkage was given in IS 1340-2012 from section 5.2.4. So here we are going to calculate the epsilon shrinkage with respect to the pre-stressing force which we are going to induce in the strands. Okay, so the formula which was given here is delta FP is equal to Young's modulus of P into epsilon SH. What is this? Pre-stressing force, total pre-stressing loss is equal to a loss or force which is going to reduce. So that is what delta FP is equal to Young's modulus of the pre-stressing strand into strain due to shrinkage. Okay, so this is how the shrinkage loss takes place. And finally, the relaxation of steel. So here the relaxation of steel is right away given here. Why? Because in IS 1343, the data related to relaxation of steel was not given. Okay, so that is the reason why we are going to solve one problem based on an empirical formula which was derived for calculating the relaxation of steel loss due to relaxation of steel, right? So let me show you the problem straight away. Here is the problem: a concrete beam, okay, of dimension 100 mm by 300 mm. 100 mm is the width of the beam, 300 mm is the depth of the beam, which is the post tension. It is not a pre-tension, it is a post tension with 5 strand wires. So here they are using 5 strand wires, which was placed at the bottom of the neutral axis, bottommost of the beam. Each wire is having a dia of 7 mm dia, and the average pre-stressing after short-term loss is around 0.7 FCK. Nothing but 70% of the original pre-stressing strength of the strand. And the age of loading is going to be given as 28 days. Why? Because we always stress the member after attaining its characteristic compression strength, okay, after 28 days. And the Young's modulus of the pre-stressing strand was given as 2 into 10 power 5 MPa, right? So, and Young's modulus of concrete is given as 35,000 MPa, and we are supposed to find out the loss of pre-stress due to creep and shrinkage.
Host ever Rahul. Sir Ram.
A network problem undi. So that's why it was ended like this. Under line lo unnaru kada guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the problem given. Okay, so there is a rectangular beam of dimension 100 mm by 300 mm, and there are 5 stands which was placed below the beam of each dia 7 mm dia, and the strength of the stand was given as 1200 Newton per mm square, and where we are going to apply strength only of 70%. I mean the stressing force which we are going to pull only of up to 70%, and the Young's modulus of steel and concrete is also given. And this problem will use overall picture on how to calculate the creep, shrinkage, and relaxation losses. Okay, and here we are going to neglect the weight of the beam in the computation of the stresses. Why we are going to neglect the weight of the beam? Why? Because due to weight there will be deflection due to the self weight. Okay, why? Because creep, shrinkage, and relaxations are time dependent one. Here, apart from the load, okay, the self weight of the member also going to make loss due to creep. Okay, so that's the reason why here we are going to neglect the weight of the beam in the computation of the stress. Okay, that is very important note. So here let me show you how we are going to calculate the creep loss and shrinkage loss. So here the area of concrete, first we have to calculate. Here the area of concrete is nothing but B into D, and the B into D is nothing but 100 mm and width is nothing but 300 mm. So based on that, the area of the concrete can be calculated, and the moment of inertia of the beam, BD cube by 12. B is 100, D is 300 by 12. So based on that, the moment of inertia of the beam is also calculated. And area of pre-stressing wires. So each wire is having a dia of 7. So by that, how many wires we are having? 5 wires. 5 into pi d square by 4. D is 7 mm. So pi into 7 square by 4. So 192 mm square is the area of the total pre-stressing wires. And here we are going to calculate the pre-stressing force. Okay, pre-stressing force after short-term losses. What the pre-stressing force here? AP is the area of the member, and FP naught is the total pre-stressing strength of the member, which is 1200. So the total pre-stressing force where you can apply on the strand is around 230 kilonewton, isn't it? So this is how you can able to calculate the sectional properties of the given member. So now modular ratio. What do you mean modular ratio? Young's modulus of one material by Young's modulus of other material. So here Young's modulus of steel, which is 2 into 10 power 5, right? And by Young's modulus of concrete, which is 35,000, which is nothing but 35 into 10 cube. So Young's modulus has given us 5.71. That's it. And next one, stresses in concrete at the level of center of gravity of steel. So what is the formula? We all know this formula because we have solved the same formula in calculating the elastic shortening, right? So here, what is the stress in concrete exactly at the center of gravity of steel? So which is P naught into P naught by A. So which is the stress due to concrete, and this is stress due to total member. Okay, and here the total force is 230 by cross sectional area is 3 into 10 power 4. 3 into 10 power 4 is the cross sectional area of the concrete, right? Minus stress into what is Young's modulus? Sorry. What is eccentricity? Eccentricity is 1. Why? Because center of gravity of concrete and center of gravity of steel is coinciding exactly at center. So that is the reason why. So there is no eccentricity of the concrete if you consider the beam like this, right? So this is the center of gravity of the concrete, which is 150, right? And the center of gravity of steel is placed over here, right? And the distance of these two is around 50 mm. Okay, 50. So this was given clearly in the picture. Let's see in the diagram. This is what. Okay, see in the picture. This is the center of gravity of steel, and this is the center of gravity of what? Concrete. Right? Center of gravity of concrete and center of gravity of steel, which is given as 50 mm. So which is E. Okay. So this E we need to substitute over here. So 230 in 230 kilonewton by Young's moment of inertia is 225 into 10 power 6 and Young's smallest E square kada, which is 50 square. So finally the stress in concrete at the level of center of gravity is around minus 10.25 megapascal. Right? So this is the stress in concrete. And now we are supposed to calculate the losses of free stress due to creep. Right? So what is the formula from the code? This is the formula from the code. So which is total stress due to creep is equal to Young's modulus of strand into strain. So what we are calculating here, so which is stress by strain is equal to Young's modulus. You all know this. So stress is equal to Young's modulus into strain, right? So here the strain is nothing but strain which is developed due to creep, right? So EP into epsilon creep ultimate. Okay, epsilon CR and epsilon creep ultimate. So what is this epsilon creep ultimate? We all know epsilon creep ultimate is equal to theta epsilon due to elastic shortening, right? Due to elastic. So E relation in the starting I have shown you the formula, right? So here this is the one. Okay, E formula from the code we took, right? So here, so epsilon critical ultimate can be written as theta into epsilon elastic. Okay, why? Because all deformation, whatever we consider due to creep, they are all elastic deformation. So that is the reason why here the epsilon is elastic. So EP into theta, what is strain elastic? Strain elastic is equal to stress of concrete by Young's modulus of concrete. Understand? So here, because we are talking all these parameters in terms of concrete. Concrete okay, this is related to concrete. So epsilon elastic with respect to concrete is equal to stress of concrete by Young's modulus of concrete. Young's modulus of steel by Young's modulus of concrete is nothing but what? Modular ratio theta into stress of concrete. What is modular ratio? 5.71. What is theta? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. And let me shoot this. Yeah. Okay. 5.71 is the modular ratio. Theta 10.25 and the stress which we got of concrete which is 1.6. So the total loss of free stress due to creep is 93.64 Newton per mm squared. Okay. So because this theta FC we calculated from here. So this is what we are calculating theta with respect to this formula, right? So theta C, theta of concrete. Okay, theta of concrete formula, right? Clear? And here the stress is 1.6. So from where we got this 1.6? So here 1.6 is nothing but the stress of concrete which is with respect to the particular member. Okay. So with this, the loss of free stress can be evaluated as 93.64 Newton per mm squared. Clear? So now the same formula, let us see how to calculate loss of free stress due to shrinkage, right? Okay, so let's go back here. So here the loss of free stress due to shrinkage, the formula, the angle theta is given as 1.6 from the code. So that is how the 1.6 can be evaluated over here to calculate the loss of free stress due to creep. Here, and for loading at 28 days, the 1.6 value where you took from the table 2C. That's what I'm telling you many times. If you follow the code book of the clause 5.2.5.1, it will show you the value of theta with respect to 28 days of the characteristic composite strength of the concrete, right? So from here only we got the theta value, right? So theta is 1.6. Sorry, theta FC. Sorry, Emma. Theta FC. FC is 10.25. Theta is 1.6, which you are getting from the code. Okay, and M is modular ratio. Okay, modular ratio into theta into stress, so which is 93.64. Ante man 1200 Newton per mm square free stress in force when you are trying to apply due to creep, there will be a loss of free stress around 93.64 Newton per mm square loss into creep to us. So we have to consider this while designing the member, while designing the free stressing stand. Okay, so why? Because there will be loss of around 100 Newton per mm per loss మనకి ఇక్కడ జరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి, so we have to consider this while designing the membrane, right? And the next one, second one is shrinkage. Okay, how to calculate the shrinkage loss? So here the shrinkage strain, so where you are going to have the formula from the code, which is 1343/2012. Okay, please change this number. It's the latest code 2012. So this shrinkage formula, strain due to shrinkage formula, which will be given in the code book straight away in the clause 5.2.4.1, right? So here 0.0002 by log power 10 of T plus 2. What is T? T is nothing but 28 days of its characteristic compressive strength of the concrete. So by that 1.354 into 10 power minus 4 is the shrinkage strain due to concrete. Okay, so that is how. And with respect to this, calculate what is the loss of pre-stress due to shrinkage. So I think with this formula we know, just now we have seen this formula, stress is equal to n smallest of strand into strain of shrinkage. Okay, so here 2 into 10 power 5 is the n smallest of strand into 1.354 into 10 power minus 4 is the shrinkage strain. Strain into n smallest will use the pre-stressing loss due to shrinkage, so which is 27.08 Newton per mm square. See, due to creep there is a loss of 93.64. Due to shrinkage there is a loss of 27.08 Newton per mm square. Very simple, Amma. If you try to remember these formulas, it will be very easy to calculate losses due to creep and shrinkage. Okay, so shrinkage valla chala takku loss untundi annamata, which is around 27 Newton per mm square. That's it, right? And finally, the last problem, which is the relaxation of steel. Okay, so this is the third problem. So from table 2C, from the code table number 4, IS 1340/2012, the loss of pre-stress due to relaxation is straight away given as 17 Newton per mm square, which will be given by the codal value, okay, in the table number 4. So why? Because there is no empirical formula which was given by the code. Okay, code ఏం చెప్తుంది, relaxations calculate చేయడానికి ఎటువంటి కోడ్ లేదు. Okay, but the loss of pre-stress due to relaxations was directly given in the table number 4. Please go to the code book. You can able to find the relaxation of steel based on the some conditions. Okay, our conditions in the code book you can able to understand, right? So this is the loss of pre-stress due to relaxation, which is 70. So finally you can able to understand that creep loss is always greater than relaxation loss. Relaxation loss is always greater than shrinkage loss. So this relation will be very, very important, because for every problem in a long period of time, okay, long term losses flow, creep loss is always more than relaxation loss. Relaxation loss is always greater than the shrinkage loss. Okay, so that we have to understand very clearly. Okay, because this is kind of a competitive exam. Okay, so finally you can able to club all the losses over here. The loss of pre-stressing force is equal to, so delta Ft into AP. Okay, because force is equal to stress into area, we all know this. So therefore loss of force, because we are supposed to calculate what is the force, okay, which is going to apply on the strand. So the losses manaku telistene the force which we can able to apply on the strand అనేది మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది. So with respect to stress, we are going to calculate the force. How you are going to calculate the force? Because force is equal to stress into area of the strand. So loss of pre-stress force due to creep is equal to 93.64, which is the pre-stressing loss due to creep, into what is the area of strand? There are 5 strands, each strand dia is 7 mm, so which is nothing but 18 kilonewton. So 18 kilonewton is the loss, pre-stressing loss due to creep. Okay, pre-stressing force I can call it as loss of pre-stressing force. ఇందాక మనం 93.64 calculate చేసిన ఏంటి, stress value, pre-stressing value due to creep. ఇక్కడ మనం force calculate చేస్తున్నాం. How to calculate force? Force into stress into area. So 18 kilonewton is the loss due to creep. Next, what is the pre-stressing force due to shrinkage? The pre-stress is 27.08 into same area, which is 5 kilonewton. Okay, 5 kilonewton is the loss of pre-stress force. And what is loss of pre-stress force due to relaxation? Which is 70 is the pre-stress into area, which is 13 kilonewton. Okay, so sum all these forces. Total long-term loss of free stress force is neglecting the interaction of the losses and free stressing force, which is summation of 3 plus shrinkage plus relaxation, which is 36 kilonewton. Okay, please try to understand. We have to consider this 36 kilonewton in overall strength of the overall applying force on the strand. How you got this 230? Second question number 230. We got this 230 from here because free stressing force at short term is equal to area into original strength of the strand. Okay, which is 1200, which is given in the problem. 230 is the original applying force. Kani a losses valla manaki jarige force entanta 36 kilonewton. So then what is the percentage? 36 kilonewton by 230 kilonewton into 100. Okay, so which is 15.9%. Okay, this is the overall percentage loss due to creep, shrinkage, and relaxation. But sometimes in examination, they may ask you to calculate the individual losses also. Individual losses calculation changes the 18 kilonewton by 230 kilonewton, right? Okay, 5 kilonewton by 230 kilonewton, right? By that you can able to calculate the percentage of individual losses also, right? Individual losses kuda man calculate cheyachu. And the last one relaxation also same by 230 kilonewton, right? Into 100%, which gives the individual percentage losses also. Even if you calculate individual percentage, creep will be more than relaxation, relaxation will be more than shrinkage. Okay, overall loss and almost 16% loss. The long period of losses ఉన్నాయి. అందువల్ల ఈ లాస్ ని కంపల్సరీ మనం కన్సిడర్ చేసి, so we have to apply more force, okay, to overcome these losses in long period of time. Okay, so that is the reason why calculating losses are very, very important to make sure your member should have a serviceability, your member should have a durability in long period of time. Okay, so that's how this problem clearly explains, right? So that's it. So these are the problems which are related to creep, shrinkage, and relaxation of steel, right? So this is what we are ending up with the second unit, right? So if you have any doubts related to the problems, I will try to share this PPT to you guys. Anything related to, any doubts related to the problem, so you can ask me now. So by that we are going to start third unit from tomorrow, right? Any doubts? Guys, any doubts? Mithun, I don't know why strength is very less. Only 11 students are there. It's okay because attendance is no recording in the MRSC academic cell. So nothing to do with the attendance right now. So any doubts related to the problems in terms of creep, shrinkage, and the relaxation? Guys?
No doubt, sir.
Vamshi? Mithun? Any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
Gopi? అందరికి అర్థమయ్యాయి 3 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్? చూడండి, ఒకే ప్రాబ్లం మనం 3 వేరియేషన్ చేసాం. ఈవెన్ ఇన్ యువర్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ద ప్రాబ్లం లైక్ దిస్ ఓన్లీ. ఒకే ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఆస్క్ 3 లాసెస్ రైట్ అవే. అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు గేట్ దే మే ఆస్క్ యూ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఓన్లీ 1 లాస్. ఇండివిజువల్ లాసెస్ కూడా మనం తెలుసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, సో అవి కూడా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయడం చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. I will share this PPT guys after completion of this class, so that you can able to understand it clearly. Okay, right? Any doubts, guys? Please respond. Rajesh, roll number 135, 103, 118, 123, 138. Karunakar, Gopi, any doubts? Please respond, guys. The doubts ఏమీ లేవంటే లేదన్నా చెప్పండి. At least I will come to know. So because we are going to start the third unit, so which is related to, let me show you that third unit also. I think in the first presentation it was there. let me share the screen. Okay. So let's see the second module once. So in the second module, we have covered all the pre-stressing systems and methods. Okay, along with pre-stressing losses also. Loss of pre-stress, we did problems and we have a clear explanation on elastic shortening, shrinkage, creep, relaxation, anchorage slip, and frictional loss. Okay, and the third module we are going to start from tomorrow, which is the design of pre-stressed members in terms of flexure and in terms of shear. Okay, that's it. Why? Because in the same, మీరు RCC beam ఎలా అయితే డిజైన్ చేస్తారో in terms of flexure and in terms of beam shear, okay, in the same way we have to design pre-stressing member in terms of bending. So here the topics which we are going to cover tomorrow is analysis of section for flexure, the beam pre-stressing with straight, concentrating in eccentric bend, okay, how to do that, and stress diagrams. Okay, stress diagrams are chala important. So these are the topics related to flexure. And the next one, shear, same. So same like RCC beam, even pre-stressing elements also will have a shear reinforcement. We have to design beam for shear also. So what is the general considerations and what is the principal tension and compression? Okay, and how can you improve the shear resistance of concrete by horizontal and vertical pre-stressing methods, and analysis of rectangular I-beam for shear, and design of shear reinforcement based on IS 1340-2012. Okay, so in terms of bending and shear, we are going to deal with the third module, which is related to design aspect. Okay, and fourth is completely transfer of pre-stressing ela jarugutundi enti anedi related. Okay, so third unit is based on the design complete, right? So people are starting quickly. Okay, 103. No, what no? Like ఏం అర్థం కాలేదమ్మా వంశీ? 18J 103. Vamshi, you can just unmute yourself and ask me what you didn't understand in the talk. Vamshi?
సార్ నో డౌట్స్ అన్నాను సార్. మీరు డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయంటే నో సార్ అన్నాను సార్. అది టైం అయిపోయింది అప్పుడు.
Please louder.
సార్ నో డౌట్స్ సార్, క్లియర్ అని చెప్పాను.
No sir.
సార్ డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా అంటే నో సార్ అట్లా అన్నా సార్.
ఓకే, అందరూ క్లియర్ గా రాస్తే నువ్వు నో సార్ అన్నా, రైట్? ఓకే, ఓకే, ప్లీజ్ గో త్రూ ద PPTs again amma. Any doubts please ping me through WhatsApp. Okay, by that I will clarify your doubts. Okay, so tomorrow also please bring your code books. Any part if I mention the code book number and page, so by that you can just go through the formulas there. Okay, so see you in the next class.